Good evening to you, parents. This is Mr. Kelly, and I want to talk to you for a moment about our upcoming ACT Aspire tests here at East Junior High. Our 7th graders here at East Junior High will be taking the ACT Aspire on Tuesday, April 18th, and Wednesday, April 19th. This is a very important test for schools, teachers, and students, because the state of Arkansas uses this data to measure the effectiveness of your school and of your teachers, and to measure to what level your student has learned each year. Often there is a frustration among parents that perhaps the teachers are, quote, teaching to the test, end of quote. But the beauty of this is that these are areas that we would need to teach anyway. Especially in the English department, I can assure you that all of these concepts on which they're being tested are things they will need to learn to be functional in life. And so it may affect the timing of when and how we cover these topics, but these are very important topics that we would cover anyway in the English department. I want to give you a quick overview of the 3 tests that I am preparing your child to take in the English department, and Ms. Dukes is preparing your child for the math test, and Ms. Williams is preparing your child for the science test. But I wanted to give you some detail about the English department and what we are doing. We are preparing for 3 of the tests on the ACT Aspire. The first is the English test. It will consist of 35 questions with a time limit of 40 minutes. And if you want to stop the video on this slide, you'll see the topics that it covers. The ACT Aspire reading test will consist of 29 questions with a time limit of 65 minutes. It will involve reading a lot of passages and then answering questions about those passages. Feel free to stop the video on this slide and go over the list of topics which it covers. And then there is the dreaded ACT Aspire writing test, in which we have 40 minutes to write an analytical expository essay, which is a big fancy word, and all it really means is an essay that explains something. I have 4 different examples on this slide of the types of questions that they might give you for the writing of that essay, so feel free to stop it here and look over those. Each year, as I prepare my students for the ACT Aspire, I ask them to do 3 things for me. The first is go to bed by 8:30 p.m. on test nights. I know that's early, but we're not asking for a complete lifestyle change. We're only talking about 2 evenings. On those evenings, I ask that they not drink anything with caffeine after 5 p.m. That would be sodas, coffee, and tea, and that they not play with their phone in the bed on those 2 nights. In fact, what I would encourage them to do with their phone is pull up YouTube and play some classical music to relax them to sleep. Second, I ask that they eat a good breakfast the morning of the test with protein. Protein gives us long-term energy. We need to avoid sugar in those breakfasts on those 2 mornings. Sugar gives you a sense of hyperactivity and then drops you and makes you very tired. As far as drinking, we want to drink enough to hydrate, but no more, because we are not allowed to release the students to the restroom during a test. We are allowed to release them between tests, but once the clock starts, the test has to finish before we can release them. Definitely, however, do not test on an empty stomach. Finally, on the test itself, it is very important to read every passage and every question and every answer option very, very closely. Do your best to select the correct answer. However, if you simply cannot come up with the correct answer, take a guess. Never leave anything blank on this test. If you guess, you have a 25% chance of getting it right. If you leave it blank, you have a 100% chance of getting it wrong. So to sum that up, read it closely, do your very best to figure out the answer, but never leave it blank. I am looking forward to seeing great results from our scholars. They make me so proud every day. We are working very hard to prepare your child for this test, and we will continue to do so. If I can help you in any way, feel free to let me know. Have a great day, and I will see you soon.